Hello again, everyone. Here is the wonderful Wartburg 311 from East Germany. Here's my friend Victor from Los Angeles, and we're gonna go for a ride in Budapest in a really old car. This car is from 1963, and I'll tell you some stories as we're gonna go visit some sites in Budapest. My friend who owns the car, he's driving, he's Attila. And Victor is a Wartburg collector in Los Angeles. And look at this Mercedes. This actually just slowed down and showing us that we got a cool car. Well, you decide which car is cooler, his or ours. But we're going to try to do a sightseeing tour today and try to relive like how visitors felt when they came to Hungary from outside of the Iron Curtain. I grew up in Hungary, so I kind of know where we're going. Victor never been here before. I love the way this little car looks. It's got really nice round body, and the two-tone paint job is just tops it off. On the left you can see the castle, and as we're going right you can actually see the Pest side on the other side of the Danube, which is basically hiding behind the trees. Now let's talk about some stories, what happened before I was born. So here's this little incline. Basically the people who use this car, theoretically, they got together, the whole family. They usually lived in a blockhouse or some sort of four-story house in Budapest, and they started to go to Lake Balaton. Lake Balaton was a huge lake in Hungary. That was a place to go. So they piled into that car. There was mommy on the front, the kids in the back, a bunch of stuff, and they came across the city at the middle of the morning, and then they start going uphill, just where we are. And then the car started to heat up. It was still a little bit before it was actually boiling. It was just heating up. So what Dad did, Dad actually turned on the heat, because that heating, the radiator core actually helped to cool the car down a little bit. But now it was super hot inside, so everybody rolled the window down. Then the whole traffic stopped and the poor thing overheated. So that was a regular sight in the mid-60s, even up into the 70s, to see cars overheating here. There was a tremendous amount of Škodas from Czechoslovakia, or Wartburgs, and Trabants. The Trabants were not overheating because they were air-cooled, so that was not a problem. There were some other cars too in Hungary, which came from the western part, like Opels and English Fords or German Fords. There was some variety, but mostly Eastern Bloc cars. We are still on the Buda side, and the Danube River is right behind these trees here. And after that you can see all those buildings just about 4 or 5 story high, and those are just Pest. So we're gonna go across this nice bridge. It's called the Liberty Bridge in English, or Szabadsághíd in Hungarian. This was built in the end of the 1800s. It's been blown up in World War II, and then it's been rebuilt again, and it was resurfaced for a while, and then not too long ago, I think in 2008, they actually repainted it and sandblasted it, and they fixed it up real nice. So today it looks like a really nice restored bridge you can actually go through on. This is a super nice hotel, at least it used to be. Right now it's closed. It had a really nice waved pool in the back, and I think this is where the Hotel Transylvania cartoon got its sample. So here's that nice bridge the old car is going across, just like many of these cars did in the past. And there's an iconic Budapest tram. As we're getting off the bridge, on the right side you can see the marketplace. This is a really old marketplace. At early of the 1900s, they used to display cars here like an exhibition hall, but nowadays it's just a regular marketplace. I would recommend you, if you ever come to Budapest, just look it up. It's super nice inside. They got these old structures, and it's actually a working marketplace. You can buy good food and all kind of stuff in there. So, as we got off that bridge, we are on the Kiske route, which translates to an inner ring road, and this will circle around the city. So as this tram, we just crossed the bridge. This is the Hungarian National Museum, and you can see there are a whole bunch of people there. It's some sort of graduation going on today. What a nice day to do that, and a very fantastic location as well. You can see the future ahead of us. This is a BMW electric. Most of European cities restricting their cars based on their emission ratings. They're not letting them go into the downtown area. Fortunately, Budapest is not one of them, although they really are restricting car traffic. They put up a whole bunch of bike lanes, so no one can go anywhere, so basically discouraging anyone with a car not to come into the city. They're asking people to take transportation like this tram or undergrounds, the big metro or buses or whatever is there to take, but do not drive your car into the city. So if you come to Hungary, you're really not going to need a car. I would just recommend just take the tram or take the buses. They're pretty safe to do so, or just walk around or take a cab. Now we are reaching the heart of the city. There are a lot of people actually live here. There are some offices, but most of the people actually just live here. I don't know why they like to live in the hustle and bustle. I'm more like a countryside guy, but nonetheless, on the left, this is really the heart of the city. You can walk around anywhere. There's a gigantic Ferris wheel, which you have a really nice view out of if you want to take that. And then this used to be a bus station where you can see those trees. And there's a lot of old buses used to stand around there. Not anymore. They're all just stores now, but the old bus terminal is still there. And then you can look at it if you want to. And here comes the, I think this is the nicest road, the nicest avenue on Budapest. It starts here. It's called the Andrássy út. And there is a really old underground underneath the surface here. It's a very low level underground, so it's barely basically they just dug up a hole and they put the underground down. This was one of the very first undergrounds in Europe. I think it was built in the 1800s, and it was going out to the sort of like a Central Park in New York. So it's heading out that way. We're gonna head out also to the Hero Square. This road will take us there. I believe this is one of the nicest, most beautiful buildings of Budapest. This is the Opera House. If you have a chance, take it. Go there, buy a ticket. See it. It's just incredible inside.
Budapest, Budapest, te csodás, te vagy nékünk a szívdobogás. Alig van a világon ilyen szép május, és ilyen röngymagadás. A szívünk olyan büszke te rád, a Dunát mennyi híd öleli át. Fenn az égen a hold és a sok teli föld, csupa fény, ragyogás. Budapest, Budapest, te csodás! Budapest, Budapest, te csodás, te vagy nékünk a szívdobogás.
nincs ez rendre nincs. Bár tudnám hova, de hova, de hova, de hova megyek, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova megyek, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova megyek. Megállok egy utcasarkon, merre tovább, melyik úton? Elindulok, várat lépek, erre most miért menjek én? Bár tudnám hova, de hova, de hova, de hova megyek, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova megyek, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova megyek. Lámpa vastag támaszkodva, az embereket nézem sorra, fáradtak, mint sietnek, találgatom, merre mennek ők. Bár tudnám hova, de hova, de hova, de hova jutok, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova jutok, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova jutok. Vannak, akik végig mérnek, szép is alak, így beszélnek, a fejükre is állhatnának, érdekelni nem tudnának ők. Bár tudnám hova, de hova, de hova, de hova jutok, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova jutok, hova, de hova, de hova, de hova jutok.
This is where the oldest bridge in Hungary is. It's called the Chain Bridge. Unfortunately, you can't go through with a car anymore. Only cabs and bicyclists can go through, but you can walk across if you want to, and there is the castle at the other side.
Gyorsan felszáll, eszembe jut, hát ha vársz rám, látod már nem tétovázok, megyek hozzád, meg nem állok én. És most már tudom, hogy hova megyek, tudom, hogy vele leszek, tudom, hogy vele leszek.
Kicsit szomorkás a hangulatom máma, kicsit belém szállt a boldogtalanság. Kicsit úgy érzem magam, mint a durcás kisgyerek, kinek elvették a játékát. Kicsit szomorkás.
Here is the owner, Attila, and he's saying that this car was built in 1963 in September. And the story of the car is that there was a guy who actually won the lottery. And there were lottery prizes like cash and bicycles and this car. So when he went in to pick it up, there was a salmon white colored car, and he really hated that. He said, it looks pink, I don't want a pink car. So they changed it to a gray car, so a gray and white car. So this car was actually a newer one than what they were trying to raffle off. So this car actually came in place of the other one. The other one was still there, and nobody picked it up. Attila is saying that he's the fifth owner of the car, and the last three owners were Wartburg enthusiasts, and the last time they fixed his car up, it was in '97. Since then he only fixed the interior and some minor details on it. Those of you who don't know what a Wartburg is, it actually has a two-stroke, three-cylinder water-cooled engine on the front, and it's a front-wheel drive car made in East Germany. So Victor, you spent a couple days in Budapest and in Hungary. Now we finally took this car around to show you the city. What do you think?
Yeah, Budapest is marvelous. I'm having a great time. We've been driving around town all day with this 311, and people just have to take their pictures with us and pictures of the car all over Budapest here. And we've just had a great time cruising the city. I finally made it to Budapest here, and it's a great place to come visit. I'm glad I made it here.
During the communism in Hungary and many other Eastern Bloc countries, there was a big shortage of everything, so as with vehicles. So in order to get a car like this, that was a miracle if someone actually wins something on the lottery. So to sit in one of these cars, it was just as rare today as it was in the past. We stopped for lunch at a Slovakian beer house. And this is what we had for lunch: some sausages, some pork with cucumber salad. And Victor had the same thing but with French fries. And then Attila had a thing called a strapacska. And that was for lunch. Off we go again. We like to appreciate Attila's time that he took us around with his car. Actually, I have one of these cars, and Victor in the background, he has just about 20 of them. Some of them are convertible. But anyhow, thank you, Attila. Bye.